Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. I am just a random fangirl, but you can call me Libby. And today we are going to be watching The Last of Us, Season 1, Episode number 4. And last episode broke me, like, emotionally, and yeah, no, it was great, it was amazing. I really loved the way that the story was presented and how these characters were like introduced in this episode. It just makes so much sense, and because we already kind of knew them, like the names, kind of. I just feel like the emotional blow that the episode was, it just really worked really well, because I cared so much about Frank and Bill, and it was a beautiful story. And I think that, you think about this world, this post-apocalyptic world filled with not only zombies, but humans that are as dangerous as zombies can be in these kinds of circumstances. And then you have these two guys who, yes, they're struggling, and of course they are, because, well, living in an apocalyptic world is not great. But even then, I think that they managed to live a really great, fulfilling life, and they found a person to love and that loved them back, and it was just really such a beautiful story. I don't think that in many post-apocalyptic zombie kind of shows or movies usually tend to have stories that are that sweet and that do not necessarily end up in a sour note. At the very least, they didn't get killed. Not really. It was just life. And yeah, it was just really a beautiful story, and I loved it so much. I am still sad, but they had a great life. It's just the circle of life, and I just really love them. I got really attached to the characters. But anyway, here we are, and Ellie and Joel are back on the road again. This time we actually have a means of transportation. I'm not really sure how much they are going to be able to advance in the car, the car, the vehicle. I'm not really sure, because how much gasoline did you got? So I'm not really sure, but at least that is going to save them a lot of time and effort, so I am grateful for that. And yeah, it's been really great also seeing them bonding a little bit more now that Tess is gone. Also, Joel just can't catch a break, can he? Like, Tess is dead and he's in charge of this kid, and then Bill and Frank are also dead, and they remind him that Tess is dead and that he was supposed to protect her and he was not able to do it. And yeah, it's just been a shit show for Joel, and I feel so bad for him. I need him to catch a break. But yeah. What else happened? Oh yeah, Ellie got a gun. I'm not really sure how that is going to work out. I am a little bit nervous about it, because Joel was pretty serious about her not having a gun. So I am just I am just worried about what that may mean. Maybe it's going to be like something good that he has it, so she can maybe get in a situation where she has to protect herself, or maybe in a situation where she has to protect Joel or someone else, and the gun is there, and maybe she knows how to use it. Like, does she know how to use it? I'm not really sure about that. But yeah, that's where we left off. So, I don't think that I had anything else to say, except that I am loving this show so much. The characters are amazing. The acting, the writing, the pacing, the music, everything is just... it's just like really, really great. So, anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, this is going to be a highlighted reaction. But if you want to catch the full-length, uncut, unedited reactions, I am going to leave you my Patreon account in the description box down below, and feel free to check it out. We are a bunch of episodes ahead in there as well. And I think that's it, so without further ado, let's just jump into this reaction, shall we? Hi, babe. Are you still in gas?
Every hour?
Gas breaks down over time. This stuff's almost water.
Oh,
Back in the day,
okay.
we drive 10-12 hours on one tank. Could go
Yeah.
anywhere.
So where'd you go?
Pretty much nowhere.
You know what? That is facts.
Nice.
Yeah.
How does that work?
It's a siphon. It's when liquid travels against gravity.
Oh.
Because pressure.
You don't know.
I know it works. No wandering.
My mom had to do that once, and
Okay.
Ooh.
This is your fault then.
what is that?
Doesn't matter
A book?
how much you push the envelope. It'll still be stationary. No pun intended. Volume 2 by Will Livingston.
Jokes.
Volume 2. Look, you get it? 2? Like T-O-O? What did the mermaid wear to her math class?
What?
An algebra. Like algebra. I stayed up all night
No.
wondering where the sun went. And then it dawned on me.
Feel free to wait in the truck.
Okay, but just know, you can't escape Will Livingston. He'll be back. There's
Oh my
nothing that can
God.
stop him.
Oh God. I love that. I love that so much. The relationship is just really interesting to me. How it's evolving since the first
That's what they call a
episode.
truck.
Yeah, they used to stick big ass.
What is that?
Slow down.
This is slow. What am I even eating?
Yeah.
That is 20-year-old Chef Boyardee ravioli.
That guy was good.
Exactly.
Ravioli. Mm.
How long are we staying out here?
I figure I'll sleep tonight. And drive tomorrow all day, all night. Get us to Wyoming by next morning.
So can you start a
Okay.
fire? I'm freezing.
Now, why am I going to tell you no?
Because infected will see the smoke.
No,
Eh.
fungus isn't that smart.
People.
This is too remote for infected anyway.
People. Yeah. I would be worried for that as well.
So what are they gonna do, rob us?
Well, they'll have way more in mind than that.
Yeah. People are shitty.
Hey.
There is a lot more wrong and evil things that a human can do to you than an animal or a zombie or an infected.
Smells kind of good.
Well, that would be Frank's then.
There's no way anyone knows we're here, right?
Wow.
No one's gonna find us.
No one's going to find us.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not so sure about that answer. He just answered because she wanted to calm her down. And he can't sleep. Actually, since the first episode, or maybe it was the second episode, but we've seen him having trouble sleeping. Like, I think that it was the first episode where he was just like having nightmares when he sleeps, and I have to think that that is a recurrent theme. So yeah, it just makes sense. And now in this situation, you have to be even more alert. And yeah,
What's his name?
Casper.
Whose name?
Your brother.
Tommy.
Younger or older?
Younger.
Why isn't he with you?
Long story.
Is it longer
Yeah.
than 25 hours? Because that's what we got.
She's not wrong.
Tommy's what we used to call a joiner.
Hmm.
Dreams of becoming a hero. So he enlists in the army right out of high school.
Hmm.
A few months later, they ship him off to Desert Storm. That's what they called that war. It doesn't matter. Point is, being in the army didn't make him feel much like a hero.
Yeah, I can imagine.
12 years later, outbreak happens. He convinces me to join a group making their way up to Boston, which I did. Mostly to keep an eye on him, keep him alive. That's where we met Tess.
Oh.
And that whole crew, well, for what it was, it worked.
Hmm.
And then Tommy meets Marlene.
Mm-hmm. And the
Talks
Fireflies.
about joining the Fireflies. Same mistake he made when he was 18.
Well,
Just to save the world.
I mean,
Pipe dream, him, Fireflies, all of them. Delusional. Of course, last I heard, he quit the Fireflies too. So now he's on his own out there, and
you're worried.
I gotta go get him.
Yeah. It's difficult to keep hope in these situations.
Hope for the world, why bother going on? I mean, you gotta try, right?
Yeah.
You haven't seen the world, so you don't know.
Yeah, it's rough.
Keep going for family. That's about it.
I'm not family.
No. Your cargo. And I made a promise to Tess. And she was like family.
Yeah.
What if you don't find him?
I will.
How do you know?
I'm persistent.
He has to have hope on that.
Well, don't look at the state map. Look at the
I
inset.
don't know where we are in that either. This is my second day in a fucking car, man.
Fair enough,
Think
but
heading north?
oh god, I am nervous. This does not look great.
It's gotta be the right.
Stop. Is that the QZ?
I hope not. Oh,
Where the fuck is Fedra?
Hey! Please help! Put your seatbelt on.
yeah, I don't know about this.
Are we gonna help him?
No.
Yeah, you have to be tough. Okay, yeah. Ah. Oh god. Ooh, yeah, no, this was... Ah. Ah,
Are you okay?
shit.
You're not hurt, nothing.
I don't think so.
Ah. Oh.
That's off fast!
Oh god. Well, I think that there were like 3 of them.
Hey, you see that hole? You can squeeze through.
Oh god. Oh god. Ah. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Yeah, no, Ellie has to do something. She has to do something. Oh god. Just be careful, honey. Just be careful. Oh god. baby.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's over. We're not fighting anymore. I'm gonna go home. I'll tell everyone you're good. I don't know what to do. My legs don't work. My mom isn't far. If you can get me to her. We can trade with you guys. We can be friends. I didn't know. I'm Brian. What's your name?
You just can't take that chance. Oh God, this is hard. Yeah. Talk about that for a minute, because yes, you can say they ambushed them. They were trying to kill them, or, well, take away all of their stuff first, of course. And I think that this really, I mean, like, it brings me back to the conversation that they were having before in the truck of hope. And yes, of course, hope. Every time that I just listened to the word hope, even if it doesn't really relate to what I'm trying to say, I just think of President Snow and his monologue about hope, and how a little hope is effective, but a lot of hope is dangerous. And of course, it was in a different setting, and I don't think that it applies completely in this, but what I'm going to say is that hope is something that, yes, it's important to have, because if you don't have hope, just like Ellie said, what is the point of even carrying on? And hope can take a lot of forms for a lot of people. And for example, the Fireflies, I think that in a lot of ways, the Fireflies are about hope, are about, what was the thing in the walls that was written, when you are lost in the dark, find the light. And yes, hope, it's really important, but in a world like this, God, even in our world, just seeing the news and seeing how things are, and just seeing so many things going wrong and worse, and God, the whole team that, I mean, like, right now, as I am reacting to this, it's happening with, oh my God, how did I say it in English? Palestine? I think that's how you could say it. It's just heartbreaking. So what I'm trying to say, it's in our world, it's difficult enough to just have hope, to be optimistic, to think that things are going to somehow be better, and try to be part of the change. Yes, those are things that ideally we should try to do. We should try to be the change that we want to see in the world. But then, yeah, and that is not going to happen. So sorry, what I'm trying to say is that it's hard enough, it's difficult enough to have hope in this situation, in this world, and we have so many options. Sorry. Sorry. This right now just hit a nerve, but the thing is that it's difficult enough to keep hoping, and in our world right now there are so many options that we can do, as people and as governments, but you just can't seem to. It just feels like it's never going to end. That there's one thing after the other, and there's just nothing that you can do substantially that can change how things are going, and it's just heartbreaking, and it just fills you with this feeling of dread, and that nothing that you do actually matters because of how the state of the world is. And then in The Last of Us, you can say that in a lot of ways things are just worse. Not in the same ways that our world is bad, but they have their own really bad, messed up kind of things. And I'm just saying that it's just really difficult to find hope in those kinds of moments. The world that they are in, it's one that really makes you cold, makes you lose what makes you human, because it's such a ruthless world. So Joel just not having a lot of hope for the future about how things can change, about just everything, and just deciding to carry on for his family and for his loved ones. I think that's just makes so much sense, because yeah, that's what sometimes happens, because even though we should have hope, it's not easy to find, it's not easy to maintain. And even if you have hope, that hope can be even worse for you if it continues to get trampled on and destroyed again and again and again. So I think that Joel not having that kind of hope, but having that realistic, pessimistic approach to life, it's also just a way of keeping yourself free from having to get disappointed over and over again. And it's just easier, not easy, but easier to carry on that way. So yeah, I think that the world that they are in just makes you cold. And it's not that I don't think that Joel feels, or that he has regrets, because I think that he does. I don't think that he's a killing machine of any sorts, but it is difficult. It is difficult, but it gets you to be, it makes you be a colder person. Because yeah, what I was trying to say is that the whole Hope team really ties up in this, because there are no many options that you can take, and when facing death, I guess that it's difficult. Like you can argue that these guys were, well, they were the ones that ambushed them and that started firing guns, but that doesn't mean that you are prepared to die. And you don't also know all about the other people. Like, not that it makes it okay what they did, but you don't know the circumstances, you don't know who they are, and you don't get to feel sorry for them, because you just can't. That would just make it so much harder. And now Ellie has to experience all of this firsthand, and that guy just asking for them to forgive him for a second chance. It's in those moments where you just really can't do that because of how the situation is, and you want to, but you know that that's just not how the world works. You want to forgive him. You want to say, you know what, yeah, okay, but go to your mom and we'll just forget it. But you can't take that chance. And I think that Joel knows that you cannot take that chance. And Ellie is now having to learn that as well. This being the first time that she has been out in the world. Oh god. Yeah, anyway. That was amazing. I love how they did the whole scene. And with Ellie having to shoot the guy. And you know how she was practicing at the beginning of the episode. And yeah. Oh god. It's just a hard world.
Kathleen.
The Bergquists.
New characters, huh?
No. Mark Anthony Halpin. Carrie Schreiber. Haven't seen them. The Chans. Henry Burrell. Okay.
Who are those people that they're
You know
searching
where
for?
Henry is. Lawyer. Medical attention. Family visit. I wonder if this is the cell where my brother was beaten to death.
Oh, you were wronged,
God, okay.
and I'm sorry. This has gone too far. It has to stop.
It has to stop now, you mean? Now that you're in the cell. But before, people dying was okay. When you were safe and protected and ratting on your neighbors to Fedra.
They put a gun to my head.
There. Have I satisfied the necessary conditions for you to talk?
Kathleen, for God's sake. I delivered you.
So what I get from that is that, okay, these are new characters. And if I am understanding correctly, with the question that Ellie did before about where Fedra was, and what I was, wondering as well as soon as she said it, okay, so this was a QC. And of course it was ruled by Fedra, and we are getting a glimpse of how Fedra is maybe not, like, great. And I think that we knew that since the first episode as well, with the public executions for, passing into restricted areas. So is it like a military dictatorship or of sorts? Or at least that's what I'm getting. Somehow these people managed to drive Fedra away or make a revolution or something like that, and now they are in power. And the guy that she was talking to, I'm sorry I didn't catch his name, but he is a doctor, and he was in a privileged position with Fedra. So does that make it okay? No, it does not. But I'm not going to blame the guy for wanting to live protected, as she said, of sorts. And it seems like her brother was killed, so I completely understand that she is searching for this guy named Henry that had something to do. Maybe his brother was like a firefly or something like that, and then he was beaten to death. And yeah, no, her anger is super justified in that. I am not going to hold it against anyone who wants a little bit of revenge, but I do feel sorry for the doctor, the guy, because he does seem like nice. Like, he doesn't strike, I don't know, but my first impression is that he probably did some questionable things. But he was also apparently under threat from Fedra and a lot of nuances. And the thing is that, as I always said, people are not black and white. You cannot expect that from them. You cannot expect people to do always the right thing, because we are humans. We all get frightened or wanting to save our own skin. Is that great? No, it's not, but I am not going to hold it against anyone, because you don't know how you're going to react to something like that until you are in that situation. So, as I am not in that situation and I have never been, I don't know how I would react, so I'm not going to judge. So yeah, I just feel sorry for both parts, because the doctor seems to be in a terrible position there in the cell, and he knows information. So yeah, I want to know who this Henry guy is, and I also feel sorry for her. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is going to tie up to Ellie and Joel, because this is, yeah, probably Brian was one of them. So great. But I'm really glad that we are, I mean, like, since the first episode, but this show is making so much nuances with their characters. It's making them really morally gray, ambiguous in their actions sometimes. They are not, oh, we are the good guys, or oh, we are the bad guys. It's not as simple as that most of the time. Of course, there are a lot of people that you can say, oh, well, yeah, this guy was an asshole, or this guy was absolutely great. But, you know, in broader terms, humans are gray. They are not black, they are not white, they are grays. So yeah, I just really like whenever we get introduced to new characters, because this show, and I am going to assume that of course the game, those characters magnificently. Like, I am loving all of these characters so much because of how well constructed they are, how much alive they feel.
What if I had a doctor?
Ooh.
There's no chance. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to guess that she is in a position of power. What is she going to do?
Open it. This is Henry's work. Understand? And he won't stop until we stop him. Find who did this. Find every collaborator and kill them all.
Thing is, I didn't hear that guy coming. He shouldn't have had to have, you know.
But you're glad I did, right?
Well,
You're just a kid.
yeah.
You should
This
know what
is-
it means.
Yeah.
It's not like you killed him, but shooting. I know what it's like. First time that you hurt
Someone.
someone like that. If you, I'm not good at this.
Yeah, you really aren't.
I mean, it was my fault. You shouldn't have had to. And I'm sorry.
I love Joel, okay? I love him so much. He's so precious to me. Oh, honey. They're going to make me cry again.
It wasn't my first time.
Okay. Wait. Is Henry a kid? Or is Henry with a kid?
They're out of food. Henry won't let Sam starve.
Yeah.
Double the guards around
He's
our
with a
provisions.
kid.
He's fucking close. I can feel it.
Yeah.
What is that?
Fuck.
That does not look good. Oh my god. Oh god.
Fuck.
What the fuck was that?
When do we tell the others?
Not yet.
It sounds like
Let's
you
just
have
handle
to.
what we have to handle. We can deal with this after.
Kathleen.
After. Seal off the building for now.
Hey,
Yeah?
when we were talking about hurting people, what did you mean it wasn't your first time?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right. You don't have to. I'm just saying. It isn't fair. Your age,
Yeah.
having to deal with all of this.
So it gets easier when you get older.
Yeah.
Not really. But still.
The reason I asked whether you'd hear the glass or not is because I've noticed you don't hear too well from your right side. Is it
Oh,
'cause you were
really?
shot there?
Probably more from shooting. So if you want to keep your hearing, you stick to that knife.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Joel,
Hmm.
did you know diarrhea is hereditary?
What?
Yeah. It runs in your genes.
She kind of like that one.
That is so goddamn stupid.
You laughed, motherfucker.
I didn't laugh.
You did.
Jesus, I'm losing it.
You're losing it big time.
That was so cute. My god, this is the first time in forever that we've seen him laugh. This is so sweet. Oh god, I love him. I love seeing him happy. Even if it's for a while.
Joel.
What?
Joel!
Sounds? Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, wait. Is that Henry? Oh my god. Oh god. I am pretty sure that was Henry. And Sam, was it? This episode, man. This episode. Every single time that I watch this show, I entered with the mentality of, okay, I know that things are going to suck, and I know that there are a lot of things that are going to be heartwarming and heart-wrenching, and I am prepared for it. This time, I am actually prepared for it. And that has happened when I reacted to episode 1 and episode 3, and even when I was going with that mentality, I still ended up crying. And this episode, of course, was not the it was not the oh my god, exception. Sorry, sometimes my brain's just stops working for some reason. It happens to me also when I'm talking in Spanish. Sometimes I just don't remember what I was going to say, but I remember the word in the other language that I know, and yeah. Anyway, yeah, this episode was not the exception. These episodes are amazing. They are magnificent. They make you feel so much things, and they are heartwarming and heart-wrenching at the same time. The characters, as I've said before, are so layered. They are not easy, they are complicated, but you can really understand where they are coming from. This world is so interesting. The visuals, the music, everything just makes up and just sucks you up in the story. And oh my god, there is just no words that I can tell you about how I feel when I'm watching this show. I just love it. So yeah, this episode, oh my god, a lot about hope, a lot about humanity and the things that you have to do to survive in a world like this. And it's not just our main characters, it's the world as a whole, it's all of the characters, and I just love that so freaking much. I just love how they are telling the story. I love how they're working with the characters, and it just makes up for such a good story. As I said, I really want to know more about oh my god, Catherine, I think her name was, and Henry, and Sam, and the doctor, and all of the characters, and what the hell is going on with that sinking building that seemed to be breathing. I cannot imagine that that is a good thing. So I really just want to know more about what's going on here. What did we just walk right into? And if I know this show, like, this is going to just get more complicated. That I am sure that we are going to be hearing now Henry's perspective about everything that's going on. And yeah, this show is just so amazing at making the characters and their situations really understandable and appealing to the audience. And yeah, these episodes just feel so much shorter than 40 minutes. These episodes, god, I think that there are only 8 episodes in this season, right? So, oh god, there are so little, like, there are not many episodes, and we are already at episode 5, so oh my god, yeah. Because this was episode 4. We're already in episode 5 next week. And oh my god, we are more than halfway through the season. God. This story is amazing. This really this really makes me want to play the games. And I suck at playing games. I just can't play anything for my life. Right now I am seeing if I should do a gameplay of Five Nights at Freddy's, because I kind of want to know about that franchise and the lore and the story, because I know nothing and I wanted to see the movie. And yeah, I am kind of recording a little bit of the games because I have not yet decided if I am going to actually do it or not, but anyway, I'm taping it just in case. And I suck at playing games. If I can't even play that game correctly, I just know that if I try to play The Last of Us, I am going to suck. I am never going to advance. Which is a shame, and I know that you can get better at playing games, but yeah, as of right now, that is just not my forte. My brother is amazing at playing games. He taught me how to play. I don't remember the name of the games, but he taught me to play some of them, and I was like bad, but at least I was not dying. So he's kind of good. Maybe I can ask him to explain to me if it's like a really hard game. I'm not really sure if we have it. Anyway, this story is just so amazing, and I just love the relationship that is happening between Joel and Ellie, and how much it's changing since the beginning, how much comfortable and open they seem to feel around each other. Again, not to like share everything of their lives and whatever, but it just is slowly progressing, and I just think that it's so good, so beautiful. Even more because Joel has this kind of attitude of not wanting to get attached, not wanting to get close to Ellie because of the world that he's in, yes, but I think that of course this also has to do because of his daughter and not wanting to relive the same thing, and yeah, there's just a lot of things going on, but I really like the relationship that is happening between them. That moment where he laughed at her joke was just so precious to me, because I think that since the first episode, and I'm not really sure that he laughed at the first episode, but this is like one of the moments where we've seen him happy, like just laughing for a moment. And even if it's just for a moment, I really want to see what's going to happen now that they encountered Henry and Sam, and how that is going to progress. I am worried, but we'll have to see, because things are not looking great. And even if they are like all right with this right now, there are a lot of people looking for them because they think that they are in cahoots with Henry and Sam. And yeah, I think that I pretty much said my feelings about Kathleen in the video already. But yeah, she's just going through that path where you just know that she is going to do whatever it's in her hand. And now that I know that there is a kid involved, like, what is she going to do? Is she going to also kill the kid, or does she not care, or like what's the plan? I need to know more about the backstory, and I know that what happened to her brother is shitty, and yeah, it's just shitty. But as I said, I think that it's important to be the change that you want to see in the world. And again, I am no one to say anything against revenge. I am not going to, but you have to be just ready for the consequences that is going to cause in the world, in your environment, in you as a person, because you are changing yourself as well. You are losing parts of yourself when you become that ruthless, when you become that person. And yeah, I just want to know more about the backstory. I need to know more about what happened, what was the situation, and there's just a lot of questions. But I enjoyed this episode so much. We got to know a little bit more about Joel's past and also Ellie's. So apparently this is not the first time that she has hurt someone like that, which is really interesting. I want to know more about that as well. But anyway, if you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to leave a like or a comment. Anything you want would be highly appreciated. And if you want to know when I upload my reactions, I'm going to leave you my Patreon account in the description box down below, and feel free to check it out. I guess that's it, so we'll be seeing each other on the next reaction. Bye!